Hey, good afternoon, everyone. So this week's class is very fantastic. Very happy with everybody's enthusiasm this week. So again, this week was back to school and back to basics. So what I mean by back to school and back to basics is, you know, the kids have been off for a fair few weeks now for the school holidays. They're now back to school. They're getting themselves settled back in again, getting things sort of organised back to where they were. I know obviously some of them have, or most of them have gone up into a new year, either started school or left school and moved on to another school, and so on and so on. So again, it's back to school and back to basics. So this week we stripped it back. Stripped it back, worked on stances, worked on our basic techniques, which is always good to go back to anyway. We also worked on basics in a different format for some of the older children this week as well, where we were using weights. So that was quite cool. So we used a 1 kilo weight. I know a 1 kilo weight doesn't sound very much. However, when you're working all of your basics in that, it's a really good workout. So I would imagine there's quite a few of you now that are probably watching this video and thinking, yeah, I did that. It was quite tough. So anyway, so that was that. So back to school, back to basics. Really cool. So there's a few things within this video that I just want to cover today. So give yourself 10 minutes. Make sure that you know that you've got enough time to actually watch the video, because it's going to be quite informal today. So first off, as from next week, I would like everybody back into their full uniform, please. So that means gi trousers, gi jacket, and a badge, and with their belt. Okay, so I'd like to get everybody back into their full uniform. So, throughout the summer, we normally allow people to wear, t-shirts and stuff like that. But as from next week, please, I would like everybody back into a full uniform. That will be cool. Also, as well, with us being back to normality after the school holidays, I want to remind people about booking in. Now that everybody's back off for holidays, the classes are getting busier again, so I want to make sure that everybody is booking in that needs to be booking in, please. So when you are booking in, make sure that you're putting your child's name down on the sheet and not your name if you don't train with us. Also, as well, try not to be funny with your comments on the pick time booking in system as well, because when we print it out, if you put a long list about try and be funny. By the way, this is some of the adults now trying to be funny. It takes up a lot of printing paper and a lot of ink through my printer. So please, if you're going to put a short message, try and make it short and sweet and not like a full essay, please. That will be cool. Like I say, with that booking in, it is really important that we get on top of that, because I want to make sure that, one, I need to know who's coming. Two, that also then helps me doing a class plan for everyone. And three, it also makes me realise, right, okay, we've got loads of people. How am I going to work it this week? It might be the fact that I want to try and split it into maybe 2 or 3 groups. If I don't know how many people are coming, then obviously, again, that's a bit of a struggle for me to try and plan that, all right? So booking in, if you can do that, that will be cool. Also kit as well, please. So if you have sparring equipment, if you have your own focus pads, if you have your own gloves, please try and bring them to every class. That will be cool. You might not get to use them. You might get to use them on focus pad work. You might get to use your kicking shields on, if we're doing kick shield work as well. That will be cool. But like I say, it's important to have your kit there. If you need kit or you would like to purchase kit, please get in touch with us ASAP. We still have a fair few of the basic kits left. We have loads of the elite branded stuff left as well. So if you are, if you're in the need of kit, then please get in touch with us about that. Okay, so here comes your third pointer. So the third pointer, behaviour in class, please. So behaviour in class. So a couple of things. So, we've been pretty lenient this week with children going back to school. We understand that they're excited and, their energy is quite high because they've gone back to school. They're seeing all their friends again and their focus is here, there and everywhere. What we want to try and do is make sure that we're behaving in a way that is acceptable. So if we're doing line drills and stuff like that, or we're in groups and stuff, you know, in groups where we're working in maybe small groups or bigger groups, then the behaviour needs to be on point. A few times this week I have had to speak to a few children regarding their behaviour. So I'm being very disciplined within all of the classes. So don't ever think that I am not jumping on the behaviour if I see it's not correct. Likewise as well, Sensei Kieran, Sensei Jess, Sensei Chrissy, Tony, Tina, if there's any behaviour issues from any of the children, they try and jump on it just like that. Okay, on the odd occasion, we might not see something if that's the case. Okay, but 9 times out of 10, we're on it straight away. By the way, that also, now I'm not telling you how to parent, I'm not telling you what to do at home. However, if their behaviour in class is not as good as it should be, and we have maybe said something to them or told them to behave themselves or told them to, get themselves back on point, then also this needs to be backed up at home. So if the children are, maybe misbehaving, or let's say, for instance, they're maybe back-chatting mums and dads, or they're going around and hitting their brothers or sisters, or whatever else it is, it needs to be backed up at home. So if that is the case, and we've spoke to any of the parents and said, such and such, I had to talk to them this evening because their behaviour wasn't that great, then I would like you to back that up at home. And again, please don't take this as I'm trying to tell you how to parent, because I am not. But what I am trying to say is we are not a creche. Okay, so we're not a drop-off. We're not a drop-off club where it's like, just drop them off and, we'll deal with all their behaviour. The behaviour also needs to be backed up at home. So, like I say, please don't take this as a rant, because it's not, because this is the first week back at school, and I appreciate, obviously, again, with them going back to school, their energies are going to be high and everything else. However, if it is the case that I'm telling the children that they shouldn't be doing this or they shouldn't be doing that, it's because I'm passionate about what I do. It's not because I'm getting angry about what they're doing. It's because I'm passionate about, I know that they can be better. I know that their behaviour should be better. And it's just reinforcing it at home. So please don't take that as a dig about your parenting, because it really isn't about that at all. Okay, so that was pretty much it, I think. The only other thing that I want to talk about now, and again, this is pretty much it, is about children using karate at home. And again, I want people to understand that this is something that we try and talk about every single week, or if not, it's every other week, regarding whether they use this at home, where they can use it, where they shouldn't use it, how it should be used. And again, we're having some parents come along and saying, can you talk about not doing this at home? We do implement that. So trust me, it's not a thing that we don't implement that at all, because that's not, I don't want you thinking that we just, we smooth it over, because we don't. Some people know that there's been, maybe a few things that have come out just recently regarding behaviour and children, and, and doing things in class that, what they shouldn't be doing. It is one of those things that the children, if they're at home and they're practicing, perfect. And they're practicing. So if that means that mum or dad are holding a set of focus pads, or mum and dad are maybe going through some different drills and stuff with them, perfect, great. I encourage that all the time. If it's one of the things that the children are maybe punching or lashing out, or, or kicking, their brothers or their sisters or their mums and dads, then again, no, definitely not having it. That's not what we teach. That's not what we promote. And also as well, I would like you maybe to tell or show the children this particular video about this. It's not acceptable for you to be a bully. It's not acceptable for you to go round home punching, kicking, and, mucking around with your brothers or sisters while trying to do karate. Please do practice at home. Practice your kicks, practice your punches. Make sure that mums and dads are watching. Make sure that mums and dads are maybe helping you, holding a set of focus pads, or holding a pillow if you haven't got focus pads, or holding a pillow if you're doing a kicking drill. But again, we do not promote them going home and, you know, lashing out to their brothers or their sisters or their aunties or their uncles and stuff like that. So, you know, that's one thing that I would specifically want to be pretty tough on, because, again, you know, it's one of those things that sometimes a parent would come over and start chatting and saying, oh, you know, could you talk about them not using it at home? We do that all the time. So it's every other week we'll maybe sort of mention something about it. So if that is the case, then please use this video and show it to the children so they understand exactly what's what. They're not allowed to use this at home unless they're practicing. Yeah, they're not allowed to use this in school unless they are being attacked. And you understand why now about using this when they're being attacked, is because that's what they need to do. You know, if you had that worst case scenario of someone being maybe pushed over in the playground and, you know, maybe they bump their head on the concrete, you know, that's a big no-no. You know, and so I do want them to be able to protect themselves as long as they are being, you know, or they feel as though they're under a threat, and they feel as though that they are going to be attacked or whatever. You know, but that's not to say that I'm promoting that they should use it in school, because that is not the case, and I'm pretty sure all the mums and dads that are watching this now would understand that. But anyway, so that's pretty much it for my video today. I do know it's a very long video, however, there was loads to cover in this video today. Was there anything else that I needed to mention at all? No, I think we're pretty much there, aren't we? So, so anyway, thank you very much again, obviously, for watching this, and I do appreciate that it's nearly 12 minutes long. But again, there's loads in there that obviously I want you to, you know, to listen to and understand. But anyway, it's just for us to get ourselves back on track and work out where we're going next. Anyway, guys, take it steady, have a good one, and catch up next week. Cheers, bye-bye.